Dr. Abdul Kalam talks about the state of flow in his book, Wings of Fire, quite a number of times. And then he shares a very valuable secret how to get into this state to harness maximum creativity out of you. I'm going to share that in this video. So this is basically the state of mind that you get into when you are completely putting your focus onto one thing. Maybe it's when you're doing your painting. Maybe it's when you're solving maths puzzles. Maybe it's while you are doing your gym workout. And this state of flow with this full focus and full attention, I read somewhere, it's almost like giving us the superhuman capacity to solve problems, to learn things, to be creative, to come up with innovations. Known for his simple living and high thinking, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Azad was an Indian aerospace scientist. He led a number of successful missile programs in the country, and in 2002, he became the 11th President of India. He was loved by all, people from all backgrounds, all religions, all political parties. And he was a poet, a writer, and interestingly, he used to play veena, a classical music instrument. His favorite thing was to teach young people. And that's what he did in most of the later part of his life, until his demise in 2015. But he continues to inspire us through his quotes, poems, and writings. I've picked some of my favorite quotes from his autobiography, Wings of Fire. And that's what I want to share with you. Dr. Kalam says, I have used the word flow at many places without really elaborating its meaning. What is this flow? And what are these joys? I could call them moments of magic. I see an analogy between these moments and the high that you get when you play badminton or go for jogging. That's what he used to do. Flow is a sensation we experience when we act with total involvement. During flow, action follows action according to an internal logic that seems to need no conscious intervention on the part of the worker. So basically, he's describing it as where you do not need to put any effort. Your creativity, thinking, and your actions follow each other without any conscious effort. He carries on, there is no hurry. There are no distracting demands on one's attention. So he's describing it as it feels like the time has stopped. There's no sense of time. There's no distractions. You're just focused, doing what you are doing. He says the past and the future disappear. It's quite validating, isn't it? We all must have experienced this state of flow at some point in our life, or maybe we do that on an everyday basis, but we just don't describe it. Dr. Kalam says, is it possible to switch yourself into flow by using some sort of conditioning device? In much the same way that we condition ourselves to learn effectively. You know, we have a lot of learning techniques that we use, the learning tools and tips that you can use. For example, using the visuals, using the audios, saying things in a different way, we can learn better. So Dr. Kalam is asking, is it possible to have such a sort of conditioning atmosphere for us to get into this state of flow? And luckily, he continues, the answer is yes. And the secret is to analyze previous occasions when you have been in flow. Because each person has his or her unique natural frequency which responds to a particular stimulus. So the ball is in your court. Think about when were you in that state of flow? And what circumstances, what particular subject, what particular task that took you into that state of flow? That's brilliant, isn't it? Because for most of us, probably the very important question is, what are my natural talents? What am I supposed to do? What am I good at? And by recognizing that what takes you into this state of flow might actually give us the answer. Dr. Kalam continues, you alone can identify the common denominator in your case. Once you have isolated this common denominator, you can set the state of flow. So once you have recognized that what actually takes you into that flow, you can set the state of flow. So while reading about the flow in Dr. Kalam's book last night, I felt like I went into the state of flow. And I've tried to describe how I felt when I was in that state of flow. So it feels like there's a lot of space in your head, very light, almost like a cloud floating. Nothing seems to be bothering, no past, no future, no self-questioning, just the creativity flowing, clear, transparent, no obstruction. Ideas and solutions seem to be surfacing without effort, one after the other, creating something valuable. Learning capacity and the ability to understand complex things become phenomenally high. You feel you, not anyone else. No influence, pure you. Contentment. Well, not even bothered. You are just content. No fatigue, rather regeneration. You forget pain, problems, distractions, everything. Just that one thing, flowing one after the other. So maybe you want to recognize that state of flow and try getting into the state of flow more often so you can be more creative, more productive, and enjoy what you're doing.